Hello, Andrew here. Welcome to the second part, kind of a short practical of Lecture 9 in terms of completing, polishing, critiquing, and showcasing work. What we're going to do is more towards the showcasing end, just to bring things kind of full circle, where we're going to access YouTube and SoundCloud to use to upload a video file and an audio file. And also with the Slack, basically we'll use one of the channels in Slack which we're using to kind of bring it all together so you can see how it all fits in there really and presents itself really nicely, and how manageable the back end of these different applications are for each one. Again, there are many. I just find these ones to be really sort of, productive. Vimeo is probably, we'll probably migrate the video to Vimeo at a later date. But for the moment, we'll use it as YouTube. The difference between Vimeo and YouTube would just be Vimeo is a bit more closed off and specific to content generators rather than just, being as embedded in social media content as YouTube would be. So it's easier to kind of filter out a lot of stuff and get really specific kind of look. And also just the presentation of it lends itself more to higher production values really. So that's where we'd want to go eventually, but for the moment we'll make do with SoundCloud and YouTube. Okay, so just where we pick up on last time, because I didn't really get to do that, was I've mixed down the audio where I brought in the soundtrack that we had before. We'll see how far we can get. It's all reduced to -6, so the audio is cleaned up slightly, and I brought in the backing track and have that. If I normalize that, we'll see what it's set at, down to -16 decibels, whereas this one is where we left it last time at the -6. No, sorry, that's the wrong one. Why are you there? You should be at -6. Let me see what happened there. 1 second. Let's see if that does any difference for it. Or as you've been using with Slack, the community practice, so all of these should be there for you can see. Okay, seems to be alright, but it sounded better last time, so I'm just going to undo that. I'll figure out what the issue was. We'll see how far we can get with that. Okay, that's fine, but basically it's just for an example and everywhere. I just want to export this. We're just going to export it as a WAV file. WAV would be the more superior one over, if we had to pick different sort of file types for fidelity in audio. WAV contains a lot of more information than MP3, if we remember our previous lecture on that. Let me see what I call this. Andrew module introduction audio. Okay, so that's what we're going to save that as. Tracks will be mixed down, and again, much like the layers, it's going to compress it. This is just a whole set of metadata tags we could put on it if we wanted to. We won't. We'll leave that for now. But that's something, it's quite particular and as of certainly of use if you're working in this and building up a lot of different files. Okay, so let's see how that went. There we go already, right? So we have a WAV file there. Welcome to digital. And there we go, right? So sample rate 44.1 bits per sample, 16. That's the duration, that's our file system. We've got everything we need there done right now. Okay, so firstly, I'm going to look at SoundCloud. Now what I've done is just set one up with the LIT Google, or the LIT address. So that's fine. I can, if you pass me the files, I can make them available. But the ideal would be just to kind of get the hang of using this stuff or setting one up for yourself or for your own organization. And you can see how this all goes together. Pretty much it's going to be quite similar to YouTube, where you can follow people, they can follow you. Once you put stuff up, it goes into a certain sort of other set of criteria. And you can, release that to whoever you want, or pay for like a premium version of it, which gives you different sorts of settings or whatever. But for our purposes, this is pretty handy and neat, and we'll just go with it like this. So I'm just going to upload that file. Genre, not really a genre. See, it's mostly for music and similar things. You can attach an image to that if you wanted. So let's update an image. Let's put an image on that. I'm going to put the one from the virtual youth work logo. Let me see if I can find that. And that should attach, again, almost like a metadata to it, where we'll see the that image attaching. So just one moment now. I just want to see where I put that. Let me see, where did I leave that? Logos. All right, I'll find one here. Virtual youth work. Okay, we'll just use this one. There we go. It's small, may appear blurry. That's perfectly fine. We'll leave it at that. And we make it private. So this is kind of where we're into settings of, if you want to share things internally, or, just to kind of get used to the security settings on it, so you have peace of mind knowing that it's not being viewed, which is kind of handy if, it's an ongoing project where a young person, say, might want to reference something online or run it by a friend or have access to it to kind of think about it, to need to interpret or whatever like that. So you have all different settings that would allow you to do that. So we'll just save that up now and see what happens. And there's our clip, right? So we can share this clip. Let's see if I can find it there. If we just open it here, that's our URL. And here's our clip. And as we look, this is our waveform for 2 minutes 2, transformed into Welcome to the Designing Digital Content in Youth Work module. The goals of this module are many, and we'd expect. Okay, so that's that element of it done. Now, likewise, I want to do it with the, I'm going to do a video one, and this might get a little bit Inception-like again while I do it, but bear with me. I'm logged in to the YouTube channel for the LIT. Again, I would have set it up just a YouTube channel with it. I have a playlist of, you probably looked at some of these. Also, you're looking at some of them in the links in the modules here in the Moodle. So it's the same information I'm going to put across, and I'm just going to show you this workflow that I've been using to do that. So if I come in here, I'm going to, what am I doing? Lecture 9 Practical. So I'm just going to copy and paste that title. Hello, Andrew here. Bit loud, sorry about that. So I should, the irony of that. A tutorial's about audio and I didn't mix the audio on the finished video before I put it up. Apologies for that. So yeah, I'm just going to upload this next one that I would have done. So let's select the file and we go to 9. This one, I don't believe this one is uploaded. Let's see if it is. Actually, this one is uploaded. So which one isn't? Sorry, I meant to go back because I deliberately left one there. I believe it's the practical for 8. Hello, Andrew here, and welcome. Yeah, I think that's it. It's the practical for the previous lecture that I want to upload. So I'm going to go grab that right now. 8 practical. There we go. The one we've just done. So within this, let me see. So I get my settings right, because it's nice to kind of, especially for myself, to kind of keep it ordered. It's been really helpful. So I just want to open another YouTube window and see, just confirm that whatever way I would have had that set. MULT lecture 7 practical. So I'll take this. Sorry, I just want to copy the exact kind of layout of this so I have it set up. And we're going to put it on here. Lecture 8, practical. For some reason I didn't leave. And what was this called? This one was audio editing. So I'm just going to put that in the descriptor. Again, there's you can put any number of tags, which is just like a set of metadata, which, you know, we get onto a different level of how Google or different algorithms would optimize it or find that file online or prioritize it or throw it up into people's recommended viewings, such things. That's all that is for, so I'm not really going to worry about that too much. Likewise with public, private, unlisted. Enlisted is kind of a handy one where you can just, it's not turning up publicly, but it's not private as in it's secure and locked that you need to log into YouTube to get access to it. Unlisted simply means if you sent the URL to someone, as it would appear in there, they can access it, but no one else will see that, and it won't turn up in any sort of playlist or on your channel or anywhere alongside that of like recommended reels of viewing. So it's kind of a handy one. For the purposes of this course though, everything's been public. I previously created a playlist for that. So now we have that. And then if I hit publish, well, we'll just wait till it loads up first, and then I'll hit publish. So it's going to give me a couple of options for the thumbnails as well, where, again, these are the small differences which work out with Vimeo, the security settings and what you can kind of access with the video, or how you want it, who you want to show it to, or what they can do with the video file is a lot more advanced. Likewise with a thumbnail, a custom thumbnail, you can do it here, but I think it's they give you 3 and you can pick one. But here you have to upload a file, whereas in Vimeo it'll let you scan the whole video and just pick exactly what image you want that to be, you know. So okay, if I just hit publish there, we'll see what happens. So this is where the video is going to be uploaded and found at, and this is the only piece of information I'll need now in a minute once that's done. And then after that I'm going to go to 2 places. I'm going to go to the Slack channel just to kind of place it there as well, and then I'll also come in here to the Moodle and upload it as the practical to this. Now just while I'm waiting on that, I've got 2 minutes to do this lecture. I'm leaving open, and this is what I'm going to put up like a call towards this when I put it into the Slack now, of the only way this lecture is going to work, and for me to kind of see that you're taking up on a lot of this stuff, or, you know, because there's a lot of information here that I'm at putting across between, you know, audio, video and still images, and just the technologies underlying all that and how it applies to youth work. So I can understand the workload that there is there, but it's vital to try this out and make mistakes. And as soon as it looks like you have a problem with it, please come to me, because your mistakes are the ones that can be shared with everyone, and it prevents other people from making similar mistakes. And again, all this should feed into a community of practice where that sort of bumbling through it is kind of a vital component of the learning. As I'm sure it's kind of tedious to some of you the way I've gone about this, but apologies that I did it intentionally just to kind of, you know, show how quickly everything's related and how you can find and problem solve stuff very quickly by just orientating yourself a certain way rather than feeling the need to be an expert. So please, please, please come back to me with some sort of responses to this, because I'd really want to share or help you with your own sort of problems that you're faced with when it comes to, you know, producing your own work, and then also to share that with everyone else, just to make sure that, you know, someone else isn't or doesn't come up against the same sort of problems. So do please share them, and I'll compile all that into that individual lecture so everyone can kind of have that as a resource as well. Okay, so we're just up now at this, and I'm going to grab this URL and put it straight into the Moodle so we can see how that's kind of coming together. If I can just grab it here, let me see, open link in new tab. Video is still being processed. Okay, so just have to select the image for that next. Okay, so here we go. This is my URL, and then it should throw up a thumbnail now in a minute, but I'll come back to that in 1 second. So I'm going to go back into the Moodle first, and just to show you what I have been doing all this time with the, I've got to log in again. All right, there we go. I go into the courses, which is using creative media. No, it's not. I always get this wrong. Designing. Here we go. So into 9, turn editing on. So let's add this here. Actually, it's 8. I'm confused because I'm working on 9 right now, so I can't be editing that. So it's 8 that I need to apply to this. My apologies. Again, I'm just going to add the URL. So it's Lecture 8 Practical, that's what it's called. And again, I'm just going to put this across here. And save that. I need to change the name on that because it should be audio editing. And we just update those changes. Okay, so there's our link, which will bring us straight to this video that we've just inputted. Hello, Andrew here, welcome. Okay, so we've got that sort of workflow done. I'm going to just pick one of these thumbnails and save that. And that's that kind of come full circle. So I'm going to sign out of this now, and I'm going to sign into Slack and just bring the two, the SoundCloud and the video, to the Slack virtual youth work project. So, okay. Right, so there's a few different things on there. In the galleries, I'm just going to put, no, I'm not going to put it in the galleries. I'm going to put it in a new thread of let me see, I'll put it in a new channel, which is masters materials. So anyone in the workspace will be able to see this. Okay, that's grand. So within here, I'm going to add a topic, and it's going to be called MULT09005 intro video and audio. files. So let's set that. Okay, so it's in there, and I'm going to add the I'm going to post something. So I'm going to get the YouTube, the SoundCloud video that we, the audio that we're looking at. This is Andrew's audio file from Audio Editing Practical. Please post your files here. No, actually, because you got to send them through. Please post your files here first, and then I'll put them into. How do we do this? Please send your files to me first. That's what I'll do. See, as we're using the same SoundCloud, or if you do choose to set up your own SoundCloud, please send me the link from that. Okay, so I'll do that. Now, and let's see, I'll put that there. And this should give us a direct link to that with our logo. So you can see it's kind of embedded there in a certain sort of sense, okay? And I'm going to take the same text that I've just done here for the YouTube one. Andrew's video intro from Video Editing Practical. So again, I'm just going to take that video, I'm just going to add the file from here. It's probably the handiest thing to do. And we'll see how we go from there. Let me see. It's part of 6. That's the silent one. Welcome to this module are many. We expect design and create digital content. Okay, so I'm just going to throw, that's pretty big. Let me see if it's going to let me do that. Okay, it's just going to take a minute, but it will go up. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'm going to show you one last tool. I don't think we got to it, but actually, I think we did discuss MPEG Stream Clip. This is a really handy little Swiss Army knife for compressing video. It's on the squared 5. Let me see, I got a few. I have discussed this, which is, I think. So yeah, you got the squared 5 MPEG Stream Clip. Really handy little tool for compressing video files super fast and getting a really clean, very like an indicator of how this is going to output for you. So I'm just going to use that really quickly now for this last one, just so you can see how quickly it's going to give me that video file. Which one are we doing? Welcome. That's it there. Right, so we just want a smaller file. That's essentially what we want. Why don't you like that? Okay, there's something in that MPEG coming out of the open stream. The codec doesn't agree with MPEG stream clip. Apologies, I should have checked that one rather than having a brainstorm. But you know, I'll just upload the other one that I was planning on doing, and then we'll just see how it goes from there. And then I'll upload the yeah, I'll just do this for now, as it will read it. A selection. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just going to let that run there, and this will all be available into your Slack, and you'll find it in your Moodle as well. So I just wanted to show you how quickly that is to kind of put through and set the security settings on it there as well. So this tutorial will go up as well next to that, kind of bringing us full circle, I suppose. The only thing outstanding, as we discussed, is then to look at the you know, supporting different sort of projects. So that's how far we've come with that. Quite a lot of bases covered. Other issues around media literacy, critical analysis, transmedia scalability of projects. I'll get at that in the next module. But we pretty much covered everything else that we have there. Any questions you have about any of that, please send back, you know, a response, or give me, you know, let me know of anything you need some support on, because that's what's really going to make the last lecture in this. But I hope you found all that useful and interesting. I'll continue to put other resources and, you know, support things into the Moodle, so keep checking back in there even if you watch the lectures, because I'll have different videos or things that could be interest to yourself, young people, or different sorts of you know, just different sort of toolkits to support any projects you're doing as well. And thank you very much, and I'll speak to you soon and see you in the next lectures as well. Okay, thanks, bye.